So, study electrical engineering in Germany. Here are our guests. You have more people on the screen because there are also team members assisting our panelists. So you have like multiple support in multiple directions. The programs to be presented will be again mentioned for each speaker separately. The organizer of the session is German University, Germany's largest study program database. I hope you have already used it. That's how you know some of the programs or all of the programs that will be presented today. Anyways, if you are super new and you don't know, then you can use the study finder to filter for programs, find relevant ones, get all the information there. Also join the course page or check the course page and maybe see even videos or everything that is within the profile of the program. Check out also the articles. If today's questions are about scholarships or visa, I will most likely direct you to those articles because they are very informative and I'm sure they will provide solution to your questions as well. And of course, webinars, I guess you already know about them. In case you don't know about our general webinars, there my team members and I join for broader topics like scholarship, UniAssist, visa, opportunity card, blockchain account, and we have 30 minutes presentation, 30 minutes Q&A. So there it's not subject restricted, but it's a bit broader, and you are welcome to ask your questions about studying in Germany in general. This is our team. We are still lacking 2 more pictures from my team members that have joined recently, but we will edit and it will be already complete by then. Now, if you have not used the study finder, I did it for you, and you can pre-select some of the filters or multiple filters and find suitable programs. For electrical engineering, there are 142 masters. So that you don't go one by one. And for example, you already have your IELTS, TOEFL tests results, and you are searching for a program which is accepting it. You can adjust this filter, or maybe you are searching for a program that still has an application deadline open so that you can apply for maybe summer intake. So all of that can be adjusted, applied, and then you can narrow down the search and find suitable programs. As you can see here, some programs even have nice videos within the profile. You can also check our subject webinars, subject pages, sorry. In this case, electrical engineering. This is also really interesting to see what other people's preferable programs or cities and so on are. And you have a description of the subject, tuition fees, language requirements, and so on. So this is a nice interactive page. At least I think so. It's very, very important to check each study program separately. This is one of the reasons we have subject webinars, so that you can connect with your future program. And also, when deciding on a program, make an informed decision. Briefly about the universities in Germany, there are universities and universities of applied sciences. Universities usually have programs that are more research and theory oriented, and universities of applied sciences have programs that are more application and practice oriented. However, there could be differences and could be exceptions on both sides. So again, please check the program profiles. And very important, I expect questions also, can I apply to this program if I have this and that background? And I believe our guests also receive such kind of questions frequently. So to kind of answer those questions, the recommendation is to always check qualification requirements. On the example of this program from Darmstadt, all programs have a qualification requirement. And if the qualification says you need to have at least 180 ECTS, this means that if you have 120, you cannot apply with this. You need to make up for the missing ECTS. And this way you will know if you qualify to apply or not. And the different thing is already application documents that are also listed. And let's move to Paderborn University, from where we have Dr. Tanuj Hasija presenting Master Electrical Systems Engineering program.
Welcome again, everyone, from my side. My name is Tanuj Hasija, and yeah, I am a lecturer on Akademischer Rat here in Department of Electrical Engineering and Information Technology, and I'm going to present about our international master program, which is Electrical Systems Engineering here at Paderborn University. A little bit background about myself. I actually am the alumni of this particular program. So I did my master's a few years back, exactly the same program, and then I did my PhD here at Paderborn University in signal processing and machine learning. And right now I am a tenured lecturer here. So yeah, if you have questions regarding that as well, or how I've seen this program grow and develop, so yeah, I can also offer some insights as a student as well. Okay, so a little bit about where Paderborn is. I mean, it's also a small town. And it's located at the center of Germany, so more towards northwest than the south, and is connected quite well with other big cities as well. So uh, it's in the same state as other cities like Düsseldorf and Cologne, so in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. And as you can see, I mean, is around 2 hours or 3 hours to Düsseldorf and Cologne, but also then Berlin and Munich and other cities can also be reached, and also other countries like Netherlands or going north as well. So it's pretty well located. Uh, it's also a unique university town, so a lot of students live here. I think, yeah, more than 1/10 of the population of people living in Paderborn are students. And it's a university town with a history. So it was developed, I think, founded in 700 AD, so has more than 1,000 years of history attached to it. But I'll talk a little bit about what it is now today. So a population of around 150,000 and growing. So it's a medium-sized city in Germany, and it's not very big compared to other cities, but also not very small. So you always have a lot of things to do, which I'll briefly talk about as well. Compared to bigger cities like Munich, Berlin, or even Frankfurt, the advantage of a medium-sized city in Germany, and also this is a more student perspective, is that the administrative delays or the logistic delays are much less. So talking about visas, I mean, you don't have to wait for multiple months to wait to extend your visas, and also the support for accommodation is also quite a lot, so everyone easily gets an accommodation here and also is pretty affordable. uh, it also has a uniqueness in terms of having, you know, lots of museums. So the world's largest computer museum, the 𝘱𝘢𝘕𝑛𝑖xter Forum, is located in Paderborn, as it's also closely associated with the university. Again, the university has a lot of tie-ups to information processing and information technology and electrical engineering, which also relates here. And it's also quite culturally, has a lot of events. So there are, the new and the old theaters. We also have a soccer or a football team as well. And there are multiple festivals, including one of the biggest festival, which is called the Asta. So it's one of the biggest university music festivals that happen every year here in Paderborn. Uh, yeah, and there are multiple higher educational institutes as well, like the Catholic University or the International College as well. But of course, Paderborn University is the most dominant, with more than 16,000 students, overall, in the university. And because of its central location in Germany, it also has a lot of technological companies around and within Paderborn, which also have strong connections to the university. So I'll talk a little bit also in detail of how you can then connect and do your thesis with some of these companies. Yeah, so basically the university has tie-ups, and also there are companies that are located in the university. So they come in, also do fairs and job fairs, and also offer their internships and master thesis as well. And some of those companies are, one of the companies is Bentler, which is more related to automotive, but are ranging from IT services like Atos, 𝘱𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝘕𝑑𝑠 seamans as well, to other services like hardware or systems engineering like DSpace and Bentler. 𝘱𝘢𝘳𝘳𝘵, which is more appliances, and then McAfee, which is a much more popular software development company as well. And on top of that, there are also a lot of startups and smaller companies in and around Paderborn. And the university has lately also promoted a lot of startup development. So the university has a fund, and the region also has a lot of funding for developing your own startup if you have an idea. And also you can be associated with a lot of startups. So there are multiple startup buildings that are funded by the university, where people can open their startups or can connect with startups and be part of this innovation as well. As I said, I mean, the focus has been a lot. So it's also called the University of Information Society. It has two main campuses. I mean, one main campus and two other locations as well. So that's basically the overview or a drone view of the university, where basically this is the main campus, but then as you go on the other side of the university, there's also a small campus as well. And this is a big accommodation location for the students. So we have multiple accommodations, student accommodations. And when I was a student, I was also living during my master's in one of these accommodations, which are also relatively easy to get. It has more than 60,000, so around 17,000 students currently across different disciplines and degree programs. And it's a regular university, so it also has a lot of focus on research. So more than 750 PhD students and more than 250 professors as well. And has a more than 50 million euros of external research funding per year as well. As I said, I mean, the accommodation is quite affordable. Another aspect, a positive aspect, is there's no tuition fees. So it's completely free. You just have to pay a small registration fee per semester, but that includes then a lot of transportation. So all the transportation is included and free within the state and also across Germany. Also includes subsidized food in one of our mensas, and then also you get multiple discounts around the city, also across the museums as well. But that fees is, more or less not that much. I mean, 300 to 400 per semester, which, as I said, also includes transportation and other discounts as well. Yeah, just a few impressions about the picture overall. So that's our campus, and there are multiple new buildings that are being developed. So this is one of the latest buildings that are being developed. Our library is also pretty modern and supports, it's open till midnight, so you can really study if you want to till night as well, almost, and opens up at 7. It has a lot of sports facilities, as I said, annual musical festivals, one of the largest in Germany, and also has one of the most reputed, mensa or canteen, where you can get subsidized food, but of good quality as well. Yeah, so I'll delve now a little bit more into the electrical engineering and this particular program that we have. So overall in Paderborn University, we have different faculties, so business administration, faculty of science, arts and humanities, and this is the faculty which is related to this particular program. So faculty of computer science, electrical engineering, and mathematics. And the study program is mainly associated with Department of Electrical Engineering and Information Technology, though some of the offers of the courses are also related to Department of Computer Science and Institute of Mathematics, since these departments are closely related and come under one single faculty. So the professors have collaborations, and then you can also have a collaboration or a thesis under two professors from different departments. The Department of Electrical Engineering has more than 1,000 students, as I said, lots of PhD students, 16 full professors and their research groups, and over 30% of that is international students. So we're talking about more than 300 international students and staff within this department alone. It also has excellent student and staff ratio, and as I said, a lot of international environment. And the focus and some of the research topics that I've included here are information technology, as I was saying, but also some of the latest technologies like optoelectronics, photonics, uh, quantum computing in association with computer engineering group, also automation and control, so robotics, drones, development, and also electrical energy technology. What we also work in this group, and I'm also working on is, which is not here, is also electrical engineering and its application in biomedical engineering or biomedical applications. So I work with also professors and have collaborations with Harvard Medical School in Boston in US and also in other institutes across the world. So these are just some of them, but we also have basically electrical engineering and information technology and their applications, across a big domain. Yeah, so we do offer in the university 3 courses: electrical systems engineering. So these all 3 are masters and for international students, so completely in English. For computer engineering and optoelectronic masters, I think there would be other webinars scheduled. Again, you can look at My German University for those dates. I'll focus today on electrical systems engineering's course schedule and how that is. So our core lectures are more around modeling and simulation and advanced systems theory. So these are our mandatory lectures. And then we have the students can choose 2 specializations. So electronics and devices, more related to hardware oriented, where you have circuits and system designs as mandatory courses and also field and waves. Or the students can choose a second specialization, which is signal and information processing, which I chose also, and is more oriented towards signal processing and machine learning. And these are the 2 courses then mandatory there. And then you can choose 6 elective courses ranging from, depending on your specialization, like more on control theory or hardware design, VLSI design, to if it's more information processing, then advanced machine learning topics and presentations and seminar courses in signal processing and so on. On top of that, we also focus a lot on soft skills. So not just during the courses, and some of the courses are a lot about presentations, uh, and also how you present and how you discuss with your team members during the project. But also we have specific courses on management of technical projects, again on soft skills, and we also offer a language course which you can take. So another course where we international students are suggested to take German language, but they can also take other courses or other languages as well in that particular course. Yeah, we also have seminar courses like topics in system engineering, where the students are again given some sort of a research papers and then have to present as well and work in a team as well. And then a 2 half-year or a 1 year where students can choose whether they want to stick to one research group or one professor and do a big project across 1 year, or do 2 projects for 2 semesters, where again they get practical experience. So from research, studying these fundamentals, they go into practical projects where they implement things. So what kind of projects we offer are, for example, emotion recognition using EEG, signal processing using wearable and smartwatches. And then there are other project groups, as I said, on drone programming, drone controls, and robotic controls, and so on as well. And this is followed by a master thesis, which is a 6 months or a 30 ECTS credit points, which can be done again in a research group. Usually, if you have done a project group, then you can also easily find a master thesis topic with this particular research group, or you can also do it in a company. And this is also possible. One of the professors then becomes a supervisor, and you can also do a master thesis in a company as well. Uh, of course, this is a flexible programs. So we say 2 years or 4 semester programs, but if you want to do internships in a company during or in between, so one of our students is already doing an internship at Amazon for 3 months, that's of course possible, and you can adapt according to your timeline as well. So you don't have to complete everything in 2 years as well. If you do an internship, you can obviously extend it by another semester. Yeah, what are the main characteristics? And yeah, I'm already exceeding a little bit of time, so I'll quickly wrap this up. So as I said, it's research oriented, it's completely taught in English. You'll be involved in project groups and thesis, and also with professors and research groups which are working on state-of-the-art research. And there are also many extracurricular offers. I mean, we have tutorial classes, we have programming course, there are pool rooms, pool labs, 3D printers, and so on as well. There are rich opportunities for working on projects. And also, when I was a student, I was also working as a paid student research assistant. And what we have recently started, which is also might be interesting for a lot of students. I mean, that was not the case when I was a student. Otherwise, I would also have applied for it, as we have started providing scholarships where we offer 1,000 euros per month for 2 years. So basically, your whole study program would be funded, fully funded for outstanding student applicants. So when you apply for this particular program, you can also look at what are the documents you require for scholarships, I think through Uni Assist, and then you can apply as well. So as I think my colleague previously was talking about, that approximately you need 1,000 euros per month, as your whole uh, cost of living in Germany, including everything. This would be fully covered then for you for 2 years. It's also has been top rated, the program, and as I said, I mean, I'm the example as well. So you can also, after your master's, if you are interested in a research background, then you can also do your PhD as well. And including me and including a lot of professors, we are always looking for good students, good master students who are good PhD candidates as well. So definitely we have good funding and very well open PhD positions as well. Yeah, so a lot of our alumni have been happy, and I'm just going to quickly skip over it. So have found jobs in chip designing, in also in universities, and also in other companies, including my friends, who I know of. So all of them are employed and working either in companies or universities as well, or some are even working at startups. Uh, Quick slide, because that's also one of the most important slides that I don't want to skip. What kind of prerequisites you need? So you need a bachelor degree in electrical engineering or related, so signal theory, math, or with circuit theory. So some of these courses should be covered. It could also be electronics and communications engineering, which are somewhat related as well. You should have a GRE score of more than 157 in qualitative or quantitative reasoning, and more than or at least four, sorry, uh, as well in analytical writing. Or this could also be replaced with a very good grade in bachelor's degree. So then you don't need to give a GRE, but we always recommend students to have a GRE because it supports your profile. And also if you're interested in scholarships, then it's also good to have a GRE as well. A good English proficiency as well with TOEFL or IELTS as well. And the deadlines. So we have an application through Uni Assist where you have the deadlines, which is May 31st for the start of winter semester or November 30 for the start of summer semester. So we offer these two. The course can be done started from summer or also from winter, with more details here. Yeah, so in short, we have a 2 year research-oriented program, completely in English, lots of extracurricular activities, and uh, also there are lots of facilities for the students. I mean, I didn't talk about that, or I didn't have a slide about it, but we also have international association, student association, international office, which helps you with your accommodation, which also helps you build your community. your CVs for jobs, and also have buddy programs when you start, so everything becomes easy. So yeah, I cannot cover everything, of course, in 15 to 20 minutes, but if you have more questions, feel free to ask or ask us then later on through emails. Yeah, thank you for your attention, and we'll be happy to answer Q&A at the end.
Thank you very much for having the chance to give the presentation on our master program called Control, Computer and Communications Engineering. It's an international master program here at THM. In order, if you like to check out, what you can see is on the upper left side, there is this QR code. If you scan this QR code, I will show it also later, the next 3 or 4 slides, you will directly be you can directly come to our website where we have additional information. We are presenting today, it's the course coordinator and advisor 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘳𝘵𝘀𝘀𝘀𝑆, and it's me, Andreas Penischke. I'm the program director of this master course. First, of course, as also for the others, I want to tell you a bit where is THM located, because THM means Mittelhessen University of Applied Sciences, so it's not related to a single city, let's say. So therefore, as the name says, we are located in Hessen. Hessen is just in the center of Germany, as you can see here. If we zoom in a bit, you will see that we have here the chance that we are close to Frankfurt. So this means we have Frankfurt as one of the main towns, just 35 kilometers in the south. And of course, in Hessen, what you can see, the population is roughly 6.1 million. We have 13 public universities and also 13 public research centers. Here you can see where we are located. So we have the location here. This is Frankfurt, and THM is located not only in one city, it's located in different cities, as you can see here. So there are 3 cities. It's Friedberg, which is located 35 kilometers north of Frankfurt. Then we have another place in Gießen and a place in Wetzlar. They are all joined together to one University of Applied Sciences. The good thing here is, as you can see here, we have the net. What you can see here is we have the train connections here, and we have the motorways. So all these cities are well connected to Frankfurt, where Frankfurt, of course, you know, is a European traffic hub. So this means we have easy access to all European countries and overseas. So if you want to go to big cities, sometimes you even have, or most often you even have direct flights to just reach out other countries. Right, if we then look for THM. THM, I tried to show you some screen here, which you would also similar seen at Wikipedia. So founded in 1971, THM is one of the younger universities in central Hessen. It's the largest university of applied sciences in Hessen and the 4th largest university in Germany, University of Applied Sciences. We have 250 full professors plus more than 750 additional employees, which are working at these 3 main campuses. We have the campus Gießen with about 9,100 students, Friedberg, where also I'm located, and also the CCCE course is mainly located with 4,000 students, and Wetzlar, including, we have some additional satellite campuses with 1,900 students. THM also offers a dual study program called Studium Plus. It's a scientific center of dual studies with over 1,000 partner companies and organizations to emphasize practical and academic integration. THM offers a study center for blind and disabled students called BLITZ that provides tailored assistance, accessible study materials, and technology for students with visual, hearing, and mobility impairments, as well as support for chronic illness and neurodiverse conditions such as autism and anorexia. Except the dual study program, the semester contribution, what we have is less than 350 euros. So we have no tuition fees there, including a train ticket for the Rhein-Main-Verkehrsverbund. So this covers really most of the areas of Hessen. Together with nearby universities, so the Philipps University in Marburg and the Justus Liebig University in Gießen, we have numerous cooperative ventures, such as the Research Campus of Central Hessen. So this is a cooperation of the joint research activities. So we do really joint research with 2 large universities, and we have a graduate center for for engineering sciences offering joint PhD programs. So this means even if we are University of Applied Sciences, you can easily do your PhD here. Right. So next I want to show you is ring our bell at THM in Friedberg. What does it mean? The Control, Computer and Communication Engineering Master is mainly located in Friedberg. Friedberg started in 1901 already as the so-called Polytechnicum, which then in 1971 was combined with the University of Applied Sciences in Gießen to the Applied Sciences Gießen-Friedberg. In 2010, it became the name THM. In the main building, you will notice a large bell as a reminder for a long tradition of the former foundry laboratory. It's a tradition at THM in Friedberg to be allowed to ring this bell only once upon graduation. This dates back to 1981, when the bell was cast by a local foundry as a commemorative bell for the former foundry laboratory here at THM. So after you successfully completing your colloquium, every graduate is allowed to ring this bell to mark their successful graduation. This tradition is meant to really give one thing which it's not the standard, let's say, for other universities. Good. You will hear hopefully the sound in a few seconds if it works, but maybe not, because I was not able to. You can't hear this one, but okay. But this is really a nice thing where you can really remember on your graduation. The Control, Computer and Communication Engineering Master, you see there is still the QR code which you can scan, has actually about 65 enrolled students. This is due to the fact that up to now we only enrolled students in the winter semester. From now on, we can also enroll them in summer term. So this means now we assume that we get a bit more of students. Also, we are one of the first. We were the first international master program at THM, which started already in 2005. And right, and we have also double degrees together with the University in Kiev in Ukraine, and also with the University of Rhine in Spain. On top, we also have a lot of Erasmus students coming to us, which is a nice thing to collaborate with them. So, are you special or are you open-minded? There's a question here, because what we are aiming, as the name says, we have 3 different topics focused in one master program. So one is control engineering for the first C, the second one is computer engineering, and the third one is a specialization communications engineering. So fitting all 3 together, I will just in the next slide I will show you what this means, fitting them together. You get a broad view into these single specializations. But if you are open-minded, we from now on offer a new kind of specialization. This is starting without specialization. Why? Of course, you can be a very good expert in one of the fields, but often you need just you need not only to be a control engineer, you also need to have some skills from communications engineering. This can be a possible solution, or you can combine control engineering and computer engineering, or can combine communications engineering and computer engineering. So this means you cannot only be a specialized person when you leave our master program, but you can also be a general master student which can fulfill more than one requirement. This brings me then now to the study plan. If you look for the study plan, we can start, as I said, in winter term and in summer term. We subdivided our lectures to, we have a 3-semester lecture plan, and each semester can be studied independently. So this means you can start in winter term or you can start in summer term. The lectures, I will go to this later on. You can see we have, usually we have a seminar at the beginning. This is here, this IPIE project. We have language courses, of course, English and German, dependent on the people. So people from Germany which attend to this course get English courses, and people from outside Germany, we will offer English courses. We have core modules dependent on your specialization, and we have electives. The same happens in the second semester, except that we have an additional skill for project management, and we have a case study project, which is a project which is really dedicated to your specialization. In the third semester, we have the master thesis, also with 30 credit points, which then covers the complete study plan. If you look a bit more in detail, you can see here the core modules. So we have the interdisciplinary project on IoT and other engineering applications with 6 credit points, the language course with 4 credit points. Then we have usually every semester 2 specialization-specific core lectures, each of 5 credit points, and 2 electives where you can choose the lecture courses you want to give. This is exactly the same in winter and in summer term. Summer term, instead of that, we have the case study project and we have project management. And then at the third semester, we have the master thesis. Looking a bit more into the core modules, for control engineering, we offer courses of advanced signal processing, advanced linear control methods, or modeling and simulation of electrical systems and drives, and advanced nonlinear control methods. Computer engineering, I have to admit, it's not a computer. Let's say your background needs to be electrical engineering with specific topic to computer hardware. So this means we have foundations of artificial intelligence, advanced computer architecture, distributed and concurrent computing, or augmented reality. And for communications engineering, we are focusing more towards wired and wireless technology. So we have electromagnetic field simulation for communications, advanced signal processing, but also micro and millimeter wave components and systems, and communication technology. We have additional electives. I will not go into detail to this, but you can find it also on our website. What we have, which is quite nice, we have kind of a general course also, which will be offered every semester as an elective. These are new technologies for control, computer and communication engineering, where we just use the latest advancements in these areas, and we have the chance to give this as a lecture to you. So this means we don't have the lecture plan already built for 3 years. We can every year or every semester, we can define what are the latest achievements in your specialization, and we can bring it to you. Also, what you can have is you can have internships and student research projects, which can be done, student research project within the university, and the internship, of course, at different companies. I will come to this just on the next slide. For the companies I just showed here, I will show here some selected companies which offering internships and master theses. These are companies where our students have been. So this means these are not just some companies I found in our area. So these are companies we have close collaboration with. In the proximity to Frankfurt and Darmstadt in the Rhine-Main area, we have a very high concentration of industry. You can even find it very easy on Google. As giving some names, so we have Continental with different brands. Here we have, of course, Siemens Healthcare we have here. We have, in terms of healthcare, we also have other companies around. But also on the way we have, when you look for material science, we have Heraeus, which builds a lot of materials for magnetics and so on. Even in Formula 1 cars, you will find these materials. going more towards automation and also towards military applications. We have Honeywell, or we have even Honda, which has this research institute here completely for Europe. So this means the complete Europe research will be done nearby Frankfurt in the research institute. When we look a bit further, because not on our students are not only in the Rhine-Main area, if we look but more broad into Germany, you can see that we have some key industrial regions like the Rhine-Ruhr, the Rhine-Main, Stuttgart, Munich areas, but also on other areas where we have a high concentration of diverse industries. And here you can see we had already students at the Forschungszentrum Jülich, or even some Helmholtz-Zentren. These are central for doing research, public research. Or the Leibniz Institute is also an institute for doing public research, and as well as the Fraunhofer Institute. So this means we are well connected to these companies. So a few slides on what you can get from us, let's say. So first of all, in the master, we have hands-on learning. This is quite important because you not only need to learn how you can do this, you need to learn to do this. So this means not only learning textbooks, also learning practical skills. So as an example, when you look on these figures here, you can see these are persons who finished, this was the IPIE project, where they were automating a standard RC car, or we had different things. This is a fluid level control system. So you can see we are really working on hands-on materials. What can you expect from us? What kind of support can we deliver? Of course, we have a lot of welcome events. We also help you if you are coming to Germany, and there are several not only restrictions, but it's kind of a, yeah, for you it's really a journey coming to Germany and to have the chance to study here, and we will help you in this way. So we have, of course, you heard about, we have this free public transportation for the student ID. What we have, of course, advisory services and tutoring, cultural and linguistic training. We have the university library, which is also open on the weekends, and of course, free time activities like student clubs, university sports trips, and also campus events. This brings me to the end of my talk. Unfortunately, the sound is still not hearing. So, but in principle, what we have is here, we have the bell. So this means after you come to us and you finish your degree, you are allowed to ring this bell once. Thank you very much.
So now let me maybe start for the questions for Mittelhessen, and we can then also voice some of the questions for Paderborn if Dr. Hasidja wants to. Is the program open to applications from general engineering, or must the bachelor be specifically in electrical information engineering?
I can answer. The thing is, you need to have a bachelor's degree in one of the three specializations. So this means you need to have a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, either towards kind of communication technology, control engineering, or computer engineering. So these are the three main topics where you can, which you need to have to apply for this program.
Thank you. Another question for you is, I'm worried about balancing course work with a thesis later. Do students usually do internships at the same time as their thesis, or is it that too much?
Usually the internships can be done in the semester-free kind of time. So in between the semesters, we offer internships usually up to 12 weeks only. So this means that you are free to do these internships in between. So that means that you are not losing one semester by doing an internship of 6 months.
All of you mentioned points of accommodation. It was also Dr. Hasija who mentioned, and for all. And there are still some questions about accommodation that were answered and still open. So can you please mention how difficult is it to get accommodation in your respective universities and cities? And is it always dormitories, or it's also there is not everywhere dormitories, and there are some private renting. So how is it? How does it work? And the question is it super hard? And do students have to sleep in tents and so on? So let's start with Professor 𝘱𝘵𝘵𝘳 and then Dr. Hasija.
Maybe I will give the word to Robin.
Okay.
Answer.
Sure. Yeah, we have a combination of many different accommodations. So we have, of course, student dormitories. And if you apply early, then you have a really good chance of getting a room in one of the student dormitories. It's also about it's not that far from our university, so it is walkable. But you can also look for a shared flat within our city or in Frankfurt, of course. So there's lots of options, either something private or with our student dormitory. And I also help our students during their application process or during the enrollment process to look for accommodation so they don't have to do that on their own.
Thank you.
Yeah, for Paderborn also, as I mentioned, I mean, I don't know of any students sleeping in a tent. So yeah, most students get an accommodation in student dormitories. So we have multiple student dormitories all around the campus. But obviously, if those are not enough, then if there are more students, international students in one semester, than expected, then obviously there are also private apartments, which a lot of students also live in. Some students, I know, international students, if they have to save some money, they can also go a little bit outskirts from the city. So they can even get it for 200 to 250 per month if they take a bus, which is again included in their fees. So there are plenty of options available. Yes.
Dr. Hasija, I think there was another question for you about why do you need high school grades as application document? Do high school grades play a big role?
I'm not sure whether, I have to check that exactly whether we need high school grades. I mean, it's general in a very general template of application documents. You give your high school grades and then you give your bachelor's grade, and yeah, that's the most important part. I think your bachelor grades matter more than the high school grades. I have to check that whether you need a high school grade or not. I mean, I used to give it when I was a student just as a additional document, but I don't think they weigh in a lot.
Thank you. Another question for, again, both of you. Let's start with, I don't know, Robin or Professor 𝘱𝘵𝘵𝘳, about the English language certificate. If the previous studies were fully in English, not from US or UK, but in any other country, would that be enough proof for you? Or do you still need TOEFL IELTS? Mayokun, if you are still here, then this question will be answered for you. Yeah, I don't know, Robin or Professor.
Sure. Yeah, of course, if you come from a country where English is spoken as a native language, an example could be Nigeria, for example, then of course you wouldn't have to take an English exam. But we also accept mediums of instruction. So if you did do your bachelor's degree purely in English for 4 or 5 years, we also accept that. So there's different options depending on your background.
Thank you. Dr. Hasija.
Yeah, for Paderborn, I mean, as I'm reading also, either you have to have a bachelor's degree in an English-speaking country or in a domestic degree program accredited as English language program. Else, for a lot of countries like India or subcontinent countries where I come from, need to give a TOEFL exam or a TOEFL paper-based exam or an IELTS. Cambridge, I also gave a TOEFL exam. Yes.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you come from an English-speaking countries, then it's not required.
Mhm. I think some of your programs, or both of your programs, have a GPA cut. But if the GPA is not that good, would a resume and motivation letter help to get admitted, or it's very strict with GPA? Whoever wants to start.
For us, our GPA is part of our examination regulations, and therefore it's a strict regulation which cannot be exempted. Therefore, they must have a 2.5 GPA or higher. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, as far as I know, our GPA cut is if somebody does not have to give a GRE. So if then they can be, if they have a very good final grade in their bachelor's, then they are not necessarily required to give a GRE, and that's where the GPA cut would come in. But I think depending on the personal applications, as far as I know, I mean, I might be limited, or they could be also considered. Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you. Another question was about German language, but I think both of you mentioned that German classes are provided. I think for professor said that it's also part of the program, like German speakers take English, English speakers take German, and I believe the same also for Paderborn, or like German classes can be attended, right, at the university. Yeah, great. So Sadiq, you can definitely take German courses. Student jobs can be also found without German, but while you are at the university, you can improve your skills, and then you can also apply with German skills to get other positions. Are the German courses paid? I guess they are part of the program, so not, or so you don't have to pay for them extra. You have to, or no?
No.
No.
Yes. No, you don't have to.
We have it as a part of our university, so this means you are able to take part on these courses, and you should also take part, because what we found from the companies at the end, when you apply for a job, the companies usually tell, of course you can start also with English, but you need to have some basic understanding in German, kind of to survive and also to talk to all the other people. So this means it's highly recommended to learn German while you are doing your study program.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Maybe to add one thing, of course, if you like to stay in Germany, this is the point. If after your degree you want to leave Germany, then it's no problem. But also what we can tell from our universities, or from our bachelor, from our CCCE course, we found out that more than 50% of the students of our graduates stay in 𝘱𝘢, and even we had a questioning around that even 75% of our students stayed in Germany. So this means it's quite a lot, and therefore it's highly recommended to learn German.
Mm-hmm. Great. So today's session was quite intense with lots of questions, lots of information, and thank you, dear attendees, for your interest, dear panelists, for your time.